In this video we are going to talk about 10 DC and Marvel heroes that seem to be copies. Let's talk about them, and then put in the comments if you think any of them were copies anyway. You're on the Characters from Fiction channel. Let's start. First, Flash from 1940 and Mercury from 1964. The top sprinters from the DC and Marvel publishers apparently have a lot in common. But if you know the characters' stories, we can see that they have completely different origins. Flash received a lightning bolt that allows him to access the Speed Force, and Mercury is Magneto's son and born with his mutant powers. Their powers are also different. Although both have their main characteristics, superhuman speed, the Flash can vibrate its molecules to pass through solid obstacles, travel in time, and go to other realities. Second, Wolf from 1983 and Wolverine from 1974. O Lobo was DC's answer to Marvel's Wolverine. The alien has the same style of lumberjack and biker. Both are the best at what they do. Remembering that Lobo comes from the planet Zarnia and is an intergalactic bounty hunter. Wolverine is one of Marvel's most famous mutants, as the Wolf made his first appearance as a villain and later became a member of the X-Men. Lobo started out as a villain for Superman and then became an anti-hero. Third, Deathstroke from 1980 and Deadpool from 1991. Deathstroke was developed to be an evil Batman. He is a strategist, excellent in hand-to-hand combat, dexterity with weapons, and has the added benefit of not caring which way he will accomplish his mission. Rob Liefeld showed his first Deadpool drawings and said, "This is the Deathstroke of the New Mutants." He has never denied that he is in love with the new Titans, and does not deny the Terminator's influence on their creation. However, his powers are different. Fourth, Red Hood from 2005 and Winter Soldier from 2005. Red Hood is Jason Todd and Old Robin, and Winter Soldier is Bucky Barnes, the helper of Captain America. So both worked with heroes of the first category, and also both suffered torture, and were presumed dead for a long period until they returned as villains wanting to kill their former masters and allies. Then they became anti-heroes, fighting criminals. They are considered younger and more radical versions of Batman and Captain America. Fifth, Swamp Thing from 1971 and Man-Thing from 1971. A great and authentic coincidence, the creators of the characters were inspired by a green and furry animal published by Airboy magazine. To increase suspicion, the protagonists were scientists and merged into the swamp. Comic artists Alan Moore and Steve Bissette reworked the Swamp Thing into a nature elemental, and creating a complex story, paving the way for adult comics in the United States. In addition to creating outstanding characters, one of them being John Constantine. Sixth, Green Arrow from 1941 and Hawkeye from 1964. In the same way that the comparison between Flash and Mercury is mandatory, Green Arrow and Hawkeye is an obvious comparison. Both had in their origins a great influence with Robin Hood. Over time they were reformulated and began to have their own stories. Seventh, Aquaman from 1941 and Namor from 1939. It's quite interesting to see these two. Both are the children of Atlantean women with mortal men, and they have to live with the dilemma between taking over the kingdom or living among humans on dry land. Aquaman is a hero that despite defending Atlanteans, he also protects the men from the surface. Dating, on the contrary, is often the villain in the stories, and is also in love with Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman of the Fantastic Four. Eighth, Elastic Man from 1960 and Mr. Fantastic from 1961. Ralph Dibny and Reed Richards are more like each other. While the former uses his detective skills to solve cases, the latter abuses his intellect to find new worlds. Reed Richards is considered the greatest scientist in Marvel, greater than Iron Man. Ninth, Red Tornado from 1968 and Vision from 1968. Both were built by villains and turned against their creators, and joined groups of superheroes. They look for traits of humanity, and in that Vision has a great prominence because of the Scarlet Witch, who greatly enriched his personality. 10th, Superman from 1938 and Hyperion from 1969. Hyperion would be a Superman created by the government as a weapon of mass destruction. He starts out as a villain. After many years he starts to question his missions and starts acting as an anti-hero. While Superman learns to love Earthlings because of the teachings and values his adoptive parents teach him. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and watch one of the videos that will appear in the recommendations. Goodbye.